I'm going to start the broadcast.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, welcome everybody. I'm David Leland, and I will be chairing tonight's meeting. As we begin, I'd like to mention just a few housekeeping items regarding participants. Public comment. Public comment will be solicited during each actionable agenda item, and once I ask for public comment on a specific item, please raise your hand. In order to make a public comment, village staff will announce your speaker by stating your name and your address, and you will be allowed 3 minutes for comment when called. Please state your name, address for the record, and proceed with your comment, speaking clearly during your allotted time. Note this meeting can also be viewed live on Comcast Local Channel 18 or streamed at royalpalmbeach.com/YouTube. Now I'd like to ask everybody to stand and join me in the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So you want to do roll call, please?
Sure. Chairman David Leland,
Here.
Vice Chairwoman Joan Perrin, Commissioner Adam Miller,
Here.
Commissioner Philip Marquis,
Here.
Commissioner Ray Nazareth, Lori McClellan, alternate 1,
Here.
Kara Kaiser, alternate 2. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Okay. All right. Then I need to get approval of the minutes from our previous meeting. If I can get a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. We're doing Planning and Zoning Commission meeting first tonight. So our first application is number 22-131 AAR Timber Creek. The applicant, Robin Cruz, is requesting architectural approval for exterior paint for the Timber Creek Townhomes and Villas Association residential community located at 100 Sparrow Drive, units 1 to 21. Mitty?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Is the applicant present? Can you approach the podium, sir, and I'll swear you in once you state your name for the record? Your name, sir? Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Bradford, you too? Of course. Thank you. And I'll turn back to the Planning and Zoning Commission and ask if there are any ex parte disclosures on this item.
No.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Can everybody see my screen on there? Okay, very good. The applicant is requesting architectural approval to paint the exterior walls, walkway, and fences for the existing Timber Creek residential community located at 100 Sparrow Drive, units 1 through 21. The proposed colors are Knight's Armor, Black Magic, Delicate White, and Thin Ice. I'm familiar with that around.
Or in layman's terms, white, gray, and black.
The proposed colors, again here, Knight's Armor. You can see where it will be the sidewalk will be painted the Knight's Armor, the fencing and the trim at the top, with the body being painted the Delicate White. Black Magic will be the body of the pool house, and again the Knight's Armor for the fencing and the trims, and the Delicate White for the fencing. Staff is recommending approval of this application, and I'll turn the floor back over to you, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Bradford. Do you have a presentation, or just going to answer questions if we have them?
I'll answer any questions that you
Okay. Do we have any public comments? Hey, I didn't forget tonight, Adam.
Proud of you.
Okay, discussion, commissioners, Adam?
I have no questions. I do like the new colors.
Philip?
Nothing, looks pretty well straightforward.
Jim?
I only have one question regarding the black magic. You're going to paint the pool house black like that? That's not going to be too.
No, we're not. We're sticking with the scheme. You know, where the body is white. You know,
The body's going to be
with the
white.
trim,
Okay.
the gray, and then just the doors and the accents. You know, and the black, so it'll be less.
Okay.
So,
Good.
yeah, I think anything is better than Pepto Bismol pink.
Yeah.
trim
Yeah.
instead, so,
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Whatever we can do to
Okay.
get it more
Well,
contemporary.
I hope it'll be a good improvement in that location
Will be.
over there. Wish you the best.
Very good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Any public comment? No. Nobody is still online, Joseph? Okay. All right. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve application number 22-131 as submitted.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Had a short night.
Very good. Appreciate it. Have dinner. Thank you.
Okay, I have to recuse myself for item 2. So, June, you will.
Sorry, just for the record, the chairman has a voting conflict on item 2, which is application 22-89. So he's completed Form 8B. That'll be appended to tonight's meeting minutes. So he's going to step out. He's not going to vote on or participate in this discussion on this item. So with that, Vice Chair, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, continuing with application number 2, application number 22-89, Royal Palm Auto Spa. The applicant, George Mismer, on behalf of PSN Consulting, Inc., is requesting a major site plan modification to add a 923 square foot addition to expand the existing auto service station and allow for larger service bays for a property located at 11503 Southern Boulevard.
Your name for the record, ma'am?
For the record, my name is Nicole Plunkett with Kotler and Herring.
Thank you, ma'am. Could you raise your right hand for me and I'll swear you in? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. And I'll turn back to the commission and ask for any ex parte disclosures on this item. Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you. This is a major site plan modification to add 923 square feet or 923 square foot addition to expand the existing automobile service station and allow for larger service space for a property located 11503 Southern Boulevard. Additionally, the applicant is requesting architectural approval in order to accommodate the expansion, along with reconfiguring the dumpster enclosure. The subject property is part of a larger planned commercial development and originally received special exception and site plan approval for a planned commercial development and automobile repair and or service pursuant to the adoption of Resolution 0629 on July 18th, 2006. So if you can see where my cursor is at, essentially where these cars here is where they'll be adding an additional bay. That additional bay will be taller than the current bay doors to accommodate larger trucks. They get jacked up pretty high these days, and so they're trying to capture that market. And again, this is the gray area here is the proposed addition, the reconfiguring of the dumpster enclosures. This is the landscape plan. The landscape plan meets village code, and a lot of what this landscape architectural approval is for is to reconfigure and screen the new dumpster enclosure. This here is the new architectural design of the building and the paint scheme. Overall, the proposed site plan modification and architectural approval is in conformance with the village's requirements for this type of use and consistent with the requirements of the general commercial zoning district, particularly as it pertains to parcel size, parcel width, setbacks, pervious area, parking requirements, landscape area, and maximum building height. Staff is requesting a recommendation of approval of this application, and I'll turn the floor back over to you, Chairwoman. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brad. Any comments online? No. Any comments from the public? Any comments from commissioners? Commissioner? No comments? Adam? Bill? Any comments at all?
No.
None at all?
It's good.
Can I have an approval, please, on the application?
And Madam Vice Chair, just a correction on the agenda. As Bradford's slides indicate, this is site plan mod and architectural and aesthetic review. There's a Scrivener's error on the agenda.
There's a what? Say the last part again?
There's just a Scrivener's error. It should say site plan SPM-AAR, and the AAR is missing on your agenda.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, any motion?
Make a motion to approve application number 2289 with the SPM and AR.
Thank you, sir.
And can I have a second on that, please?
I'll second.
2 seconds? Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay, Phil, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any objections? Seeing none, motion passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Application number 3? No? Yep, Dave?
And we'll let the record reflect that Chairman Leland is back at 7:12.
Ready for the next item?
Yes, sir.
Okay, item number 3 is application number 22-90 SPM SEAAR. National Express Car Wash. The applicant, L Car Wash, Royal Palm Beach 2, LLC, is requesting special exemption approval to allow for a car wash, self-service, or other in the general commercial zoning district, and site plan modification and architectural approval to demolish a vacant existing drive-through bank and construct a new car wash facility for the property located at 151 South State Road 7. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. Mitty?
Again, your name for the record, ma'am.
For the record, Nicole Plunkett with Kotler and Hearing.
Thank you. I'll swear you in since this is a separate application. I'll swear you in again. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, ma'am. And I'll turn back to the commission and ask for ex parte disclosures. Thank you.
Great. Thank you again. The applicant is seeking site plan modification, special exception use for a car wash, self-service, and/or other, and architectural approval for a 1.36 plus or minus acre site located at 151 South State Road 7 and situated within the Anthony Groves Commercial Plaza. The intent of the petition is to develop the site in order to construct and operate an approximately 3,399 square foot automated car wash facility. The site is zoned general commercial, and a car wash is listed as a special exception use within the general commercial zoning district at section 2689, at parens 3. The applicant is also requesting architectural and aesthetic review approval for the building and landscape plan. This here is the site. This is Park Air, State Road 7 and Christina Drive. This slide illustrates the site plan. The main entrance will continue to be off of State Road 7, entering onto Christina Drive, with 2 ingress/egress points to the south and to the north. There will be 2 stacking lanes with the required bypass lane. There will be vacuum and detailing bays along the east property line. This is an illustration of the landscape plan, which meets the village code requirements. Here's the architecture. I can hear the Miami Vice theme song playing in the back of my head. In reviewing the proposed special exception, village staff considered compatibility with adjacent land uses, consistency with the village's comprehensive plan, and conformance with the village's development standards for the general commercial zoning district. More specifically, whether the proposed special exception is consistent with the standards of the village's comprehensive plan, complies with all development regulations of the village code, does not have adverse environmental impacts, does not have adverse vehicular or traffic impacts, does not have an adverse impact upon public facilities, does not have an adverse impact on adjacent properties, compatible with the character and living conditions of the existing neighborhood, and the proposed special exception will not seriously reduce the air quality or quantity of light and air available to the adjacent properties. In reviewing the proposed special exception use approval, again, village staff considered compatibility with adjacent land uses, consistency with the village's comprehensive plan, and conformance with the village's development standards. Overall, the proposed site plan and special exceptions meets all the village's requirements for these types of uses within the general commercial zoning district, and therefore is requesting a recommendation of approval of application number 2290. And with that being said, Chairman, I'll turn the floor back over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Radford. And you're here for the applicant?
Yes, I am.
And do you have a presentation or you're answering questions?
Mr. Bradford gave a great presentation. I do have additional presentation materials if you would like to hear it. Otherwise, myself and the applicant are here to answer any questions that you might have on the petition.
Okay. Any public comment? Looks like we're shy public tonight, huh? Nobody's still online? Okay. Commissioners, Adam?
This is going to replace the Motor City Car Wash just next door.
This is not replacing the Motor City Car Wash. The way that this proposal is working is that this is considered more of an express self-service car wash facility where vehicles will be able to come in, and it's a more of a do-it-yourself type of thing. It provides additional options. It's quicker in and out, whereas the existing facility that's directly to the north is more of a hands-on, full-service facility. However, if you have a membership at them, you'll be able to bounce between the two, which will help alleviate some of the users at that particular site.
You guys are taking over the block. Cool. Okay. Thank you. That's my only question.
You're welcome.
Well,
Nothing. I just, where all these car washes are coming from all of a sudden. There's more car wash.
I have a question though, but is this similar to the one that's on Southern Boulevard? Where it has a drive-through wash, but you do your own vacuuming and all that stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a great facility. I use it all the time, so. No other questions?
Other questions?
Joe?
No questions or comments?
None? Well, then who would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve application 22-90.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
One day I'll wash my car.
The rain's
And
going for you
actually
right
clean
now.
the inside too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to get the inside clean too, you know?
More car wash companies building now.
Yeah, there
I
are.
saw another one the other day on Okeechobee.
Mm-hmm.
A new one.
Okay, on to the next item on the agenda is application number 22-51, VAR, Stuart Titley Tiki Hut. The applicant, Stuart Titley, is requesting a variance from sections 26-57 and 26-79 to allow for a reduced rear setback of 14.35 feet where village code requires 20 feet. A variance of 5.65 feet for an existing tiki hut for a property located at 148 Waterway Road. Mitty?
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir. Your name for the
Good
record?
evening. Stuart Titley, 148 Waterway Road.
Thank you, sir. You're ready. Do you raise your right hand for me again?
Sure.
Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. And I'll turn back to the commission and ask for ex parte disclosures.
No.
Thank you.
Great. The applicant, Stuart Titley, is requesting a variance from section 2657 and 2679 to allow for a reduced rear setback, 14.35 feet, where village code requires 20 feet, a variance of 5.65 feet for an existing tiki hut for a property located 148 Waterway Road. Here, this is a slide showing the location of the tiki hut in red. Village code allows for the granting of variances when certain conditions are met. I'll skip, we've been through these a million times. The applicant asserts that the tiki hut is within the homeowner's property boundary. This permanent structure has been there for years and is not injurious to the neighborhood or otherwise detrimental to the public welfare in any way. Further, the tiki is not visible to any other property owners, and no complaints or issues have been recorded in the 30-year period in which the tiki has been in place. The applicant has provided letters from the property owners to the north, to the east, and to the west, expressing their support for this variance. Based on the information provided, the staff does not support the variance request, as the granting of the variance would confer special privileges denied to other residents in similar circumstances. And circumstances are applicable to the subject property, and the request is needed due to actions of the applicant in constructing the structure encroaching into the required setback without obtaining zoning approval. And staff is requesting a recommendation of denial of this application.
Sir, do you have comment?
No, please.
Question, this is an existing gazebo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Was it there when you moved there?
Yes, sir.
So you,
I moved in 2014, and the tiki hut's been there since the 90s.
Okay. We have still no one online, Joseph?
No.
Then we'll go to our commissioners. Lauren, any questions, comments?
No.
June?
No comments or questions?
Philip?
What brought this up? Did code enforcement see it, or is
Yes,
yeah,
yes, sir.
all this time they hadn't seen it, all of a sudden they see it?
There was a structure added to my fence that did not meet code. I was asked to take it down, which I did, and at the same time, it was noticed that there was another structure there. The tiki hut.
Okay. All I got.
I don't have a question.
Okay, staff is requesting that this not be approved. I personally understand your predicament because the same thing happened to me, and I had to remove my structure. So I don't know what the rest of the commission feels, or if you want to make a motion to reject or accept.
I'll make a motion to accept application number 22-51.
I'll second.
Okay. You can second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Nay.
Motion carries 3-2.
Thank you very much.
Village Council on Thursday.
Yep, just make sure you take all your letters with you and everything like that, so you make it, just make sure you take all the letters from your neighbors with you and all of that
Thank you
to
very
the
much.
council meeting.
6:30.
Okay.
And Mr. Chair, before you adjourn, the final item on your agenda is the next meeting date. Could we quickly discuss that? I think Josu sent an email to the commission about changing that date to potentially January 10th.
10th.
Does that work for everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So if we could we'll verbally reflect that then, that the next meeting is January.
Why is it the 10th as opposed to not going back towards the end of the month, like we always have?
Honestly, this is there is.
Or is this going to be the new normal?
So what we've gotten was at the last council meeting, there was a CSA that was approved for an expedited schedule for Pot 6, the one that's here before you. So we're trying to achieve that expedited schedule. So we're going to be looking to move the P&Z meeting or the LPA and the P&Z meeting before the council meeting in January, and then also looking to do that in February.
So it won't become a normal thing. It'll just be
It just
for the
hopefully
next 2
just through
months.
February, worst case scenario through March.
Okay.
I make a motion to adjourn the P&Z meeting.
I'll second that motion.
I don't think we need a motion for that.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, the meeting is adjourned. We'll now move on to our LPA meeting. You want to just do roll call again? Yes.
Chairman David Leland,
Here.
Vice Chairwoman June Perrin,
Not here anymore?
Here, I'm here.
Commissioner Adam Miller,
I'm here.
Commissioner Philip Marquis,
Present.
Commissioner Ray Nazareth, Lauren McClellan, alternate 1,
Here.
Kara Causer, alternate 2. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Okay, all right, we have to get the approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, carries. We're approved. First item on here is application number 22-97, SCPA, Tuttle Royale, Pod 6. The applicant, Urban Design Studio, is requesting a small-scale future land use map amendment to change the land use designation for 10 tracts of land totaling 31.846 acres of land from the village's commercial land use designation to the mixed-use social center, MXS, land use designation, and for 5 tracts of land totaling 9.289 acres from Palm Beach County's LR2 low residential land use designation to the village's mixed-use social center, MXS, land use designation, located on the south side of Southern Boulevard, approximately 0.27 miles west of State Road 7. Mitty?
Bradford, you can go ahead. The applicant doesn't need to be sworn on this one.
Okay, very good. So the applicant is seeking a future land use map amendment to change the land use designation for 10 tracts totaling approximately 31.846 acres of land from the village's commercial land use designation to the village's mixed-use social center land use designation for 5 tracts of land totaling 9.289 acres from Palm Beach County's low residential land use designation to the village's mixed-use social center land use designation for a property located on the south side of Southern Boulevard, approximately 0.27 miles west of State Road 7. The Village Council on September 18th, 2022, adopted ordinance 1028 in order to amend the village's comprehensive plan future land use element to add an entirely new mixed-use social center land use designation. So they created this land use designation for this property here. The intent of the amendment, again, was to create a future land use designation that allows for innovative and urban mixed-use developments that provide integrated, vibrant, compatible, and complementary uses within a single development. And that site is located here. The applicant contends that the map amendment is justified since it will, quote, create an efficient, viable opportunity to support the village's demand for diversity of housing stock options. Through the site design project will maintain and enhance the community character and will be consistent with the scale of the neighboring residential pods in the Tuttle Royale master plan. To the contrary, the development of this site will complement the surrounding area by maintaining high-level aesthetic appeal, providing adequate buffering and separation by offering multifamily residential housing opportunities as well as entertainment, social activity, recreation, and community in the village. Location of the proposed development is consistent with the development pattern of the surrounding area, as similar styles of multifamily development have been approved by the village. The proposed MXS development is the most logical transition between the residential apartment pod densities that surround the site. The site's commercial office and recreation intensities will also serve the entirety of the 165-acre master plan. The site will be developed concurrently with the needed infrastructure and facilities. Staff generally agrees with the applicant that overall the proposed future land use amendment from Palm Beach County's low residential and the Village of Royal Palm Beach's commercial land use designation is consistent with the village's comprehensive plan, compatible with adjacent future land uses, and meets all relevant concurrency level service standards. Finally, the proposed land use amendment package is consistent with the requirements of Chapter 163 concerning the requirements for the processing of future land use amendments, and therefore recommending approval of application number 2297, and ordinance 1032, and is recommending or requesting a recommendation of approval. And the village council did consider this ordinance on first reading on November 17th. If you remember, we had to postpone this to this meeting, but it just did carry over to the council meeting, so they approved it on first reading. And with that being said, Chairman, I'll turn the floor back over to you. Thank you.
Sounds like your presentation's already been made. So I would assume you have nothing to say at this point? Okay.
Always have something to
You have,
say.
you still know no one online?
No, nobody.
Okay. Comments?
No comments.
Nothing?
I have a quick question. So those homes that are still on off of Southern Boulevard, you can kind of see from Southern Boulevard, are those sold and are they getting, I'm just wondering, are they getting demolished?
Just give your name when you get there, please, Brian.
Your name?
No, your actual name. Thank you, though.
Brian Tuttle. No, I own them all. My son lives in one, and some of my mechanics live in the other one, and the other two are empty. And we're just waiting for the development order to tear them all down. So I think we got to tear down 2 of them in January or February, and the rest will be gone by March. And then we're going to clear them woods and everything. So.
Thank you. Just wondering, make sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. All the holdouts are gone. Everybody's gone. So.
No further questions, sir.
Okay. Well, with that said, no other questions? No? Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve application number 22-97 SCPA as submitted with everything in there.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, good. Next item is application 22-124RZ, Main Street at Tuttle Royale, Pod 6. The applicant, Urban Design, is requesting rezoning approval to rezone 10 parcels totaling 31.846 acres within Pod 6 from general commercial to mixed-use social center, MXS again, and 5 parcels totaling 9.289 acres currently zoned Palm Beach County agricultural residential to mixed-use social center for a property located south of Southern Boulevard, approximately 0.27 miles west of State Road 7. Mitty, we don't
This
have
one, I do need to swear them in. Lindsay, are you going to present? I'll swear you in. If you could state your name when you get to the podium.
Lindsay Eugene Lewis.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And I'll turn back to the local planning agency members and ask if for any ex parte disclosures.
No.
Thank you.
Okay, the applicant is seeking to rezone 10 tracts totaling approximately 31.846 acres of land from the village's general commercial zoning district to the village's mixed-use social center district, and for 5 tracts of land totaling 9.289 acres from Palm Beach County's agricultural residential zoning district to the village's mixed-use social center district. In reviewing the proposed rezoning of the parcels to the village's mixed-use social center zoning district, village staff considered compatibility with the adjacent land uses, consistency with the village's comprehensive plan, and conformance with the mixed-use social center development standards of section 2695. More specifically, the request is consistent with and meets the county's traffic performance standards with conditions and proportionate share payments for the construction and widening of certain roadways, and level of service standards for sanitary sewer, solid waste, drainage, potable water, recreation, and school concurrency with monetary contributions. Overall, the proposed rezoning from Palm Beach County's agricultural residential and the Village of Royal Palm Beach's general commercial zoning district to the village's mixed-use social center district is consistent with the village's comprehensive plan and zoning code of ordinances, compatible with adjacent future land uses, and meets all relevant concurrency level of service standards. And staff is requesting a recommendation of approval of this application. I'll turn the floor back over to you, Chairman. Thank you.
Bradford. No comments on this one? Okay. Again, nobody's.
No one is online.
All right, commissioners. Adam, any questions?
No questions, sir.
Philip?
No questions.
June?
No questions or comments? Nope.
All right, can I get a motion?
Make a motion pass application 22-124RZ as is.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, again, before we adjourn this meeting, we have to deal with our board business. That meeting is obviously being moved to the 10th also.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Then I officially adjourn this meeting. Okay, this is the one I had asked Mitty. Did I miss a meeting? Public Art Advisory Board meeting. I guess we got to do the roll call again. This is a new one on me.
Mr. Chair, you could have Josu just let the record reflect that all members of
everybody's still here.
yeah,
Okay,
the same
that
folks are
makes
still in
sense.
the room. That's fine.
All right, and then I don't think we have any minutes, right?
You do not. This is your first meeting.
Yay. We should have some, let's celebrate, yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't pull an Adam and miss that meeting, right? How did I become chairman of something I didn't know about?
You missed a meeting.
What happened?
Oh, it's
Uh-oh.
it's dripping.
A leak?
Uh-oh.
I was going to say, is that rain? All right, so items for discussion. Application number 22-154, AAR VRPB Cultural Center. The applicant, Mario Lopez Pisani, on behalf of Village of Royal Palm Beach, is requesting architectural approval for the commissioning of one original time-lapse series photograph for the Village of Royal Palm Beach and purchase of a 30-inch by 57-inch We the People frame time-lapse photograph and a 40-inch by 60-inch West Palm Beach frame time-lapse photograph by artist, I don't know how to pronounce that, Jen Padron, to fulfill the art and public place requirement for the Cultural Center for a property located at 151 Civic Center Way.
Staff does have a presentation.
Okay, so
Good evening, Commissioners. Let's see here. Screen.
State your name for the record, Mario.
My name is Mario Lopez Pisani.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to make a presentation showing the project, which is number 22-154. Here, just opening up. And so this is a project for public art for the Cultural Center. This is going to be our first advisory meeting for this project, and so this is the first basically presentation. This is a table of contents covering what we're going to be talking about today, and so we can go right ahead if that's okay. So there's a public art requirement for the Cultural Center. The Cultural Center at the Village of Royal Palm Beach needs public art to satisfy Section 26-75.5, Art in Public Places in the ordinance. The ordinance came into effect after the Cultural Center underwent expansion and improvements in 2019 with vertical construction costs of $2,467,723. These improvements provide funding for the acquisition of public art for the center. The village has allocated $30,000 as budget for public art, which satisfies the village code requirement of 1% of vertical construction costs. Currently, the center does not exhibit any works of art. This is the location, so it's the Cultural Center off of Royal Palm Beach Boulevard on Civic Center Way. This is sort of the artist selection. To fulfill this public art requirement, we have proposed New York-based photographer Sean Padron for a photography commission in the village, as well as purchase of selected works from his time-lapse series. Mr. Padron was selected as his work can capture many of the themes the village promotes, such as creating an aesthetically pleasing, active, and connected community. By selecting Padron, the village aims to create an original art commission unique to the community from a leading photographer in the art world. Padron's captivating compositions can highlight the striking backgrounds where he shoots and shows the diversity of individuals within a community. For this particular reason, we aim to highlight Royal Palm Beach by creating work in the village that speaks to the dignity and beauty inherent to this place we call home. This slide is pursuant to Section 26. It's under G, artist and artwork selection criteria. So this is basically the selection criteria that was taken into consideration before selecting Mr. Padron. And it's the developer and the village shall consider the following criteria in selecting artists for public and private projects. A, the aesthetic and technical quality and originality of the artist's previous work as evidenced by photos and other supporting materials. B, the artist's previous experience with public art projects of a similar scale and scope. C, the artist's demonstrated ability to execute and complete a project in a timely and professional manner. D, the artist's ability to communicate ideas verbally and visually and work effectively in a team environment. And E, the appropriateness of the artist's proposal to the particular project and its probability of successful completion. I believe the artist fulfills all of these criteria. This is a little bit of a brief background on the artist. This is sort of a brief description write-up that I did about the artist. Sean Padron is a cultural observer. His photographic eye helps him create works of art that are like sociological experiments, merging the lines between identity, community, and geography. His technique is straightforward, while his conceptual framework can be deeply profound. The photographer begins his process by finding an appropriate location to set up his camera, which hopefully he will do here in Royal Palm. Then he observes communities with the keen eye of a fine artist. Once he settles on a location, he captures community members at random, strolling past the backdrops he's ultimately chosen. This repetitive activity of capturing passerby in the community is the anchor of Sean Padron's work. The inner life of the community is captured through individuals stitched together to form a whole, showing various members of a community within the same composition. These ideas carry a beautiful aesthetic resonance, but also they speak to the meaning of community. As we live individually, a sense of social connection and sense of belonging, it's important to build a strong bond with our neighbors. Now, the following slides will be samples of his work, so you can sort of get a better visual of what we just described. And this is a piece of his made in 2017 in Auckland, New Zealand. This next slide is another one of Padron's works from his time-lapse series. This one created in Venice, California in 2019. The next slides will show digital renderings of the proposed work and where they will be located within the Cultural Center. This is one of the pieces that we would like to purchase. These are approximate dimensions with framing included. And again, digital rendering, so they're digitally created. This is another piece. This one actually was created in West Palm Beach, Florida. And this is sort of the ticket booth wall in the Cultural Center, facing north, I believe. And this is a main wall that we would like to create a composition for here in the village. So the photographer will come to the village and create a commission piece here in the village, much like the images you saw earlier. And recommended action, basically a rundown, as the applicant myself is requesting architectural approval for the acquisition of art to fulfill the public art requirement for the Cultural Center located at 151 Civic Center Way. The proposed public art will be created by artist Sean Padron. The artist was selected as his work can capture many of the themes the village promotes, again, such as creating an aesthetically pleasing, active, and connected community. This public art acquisition refers to one original commission, unique to the community, and 2 works of art from the artist's inventory. Staff is recommending approval of application number 22-154, AAR, as submitted. And this is my last slide.
And if I could just add to that, Mr. Chair, just a little bit, this is, as he said, this is the first time that you all are sitting in your capacity as the Public Art Advisory Board. By code, the code was passed in 2018, the Art in Public Places Code. So the code dictates that you as the Planning and Zoning Board sit as this board, so it's another hat for you all to wear. You have approved, in recent months, you've approved some site plan locations of art in public places. They've been site planned, but this is the first time that you're reviewing the actual proposed commission and the proposed artwork to be installed. Mario went through the criteria. There are some lighting requirements, location requirements, other requirements in the village code that staff has vetted through the TSR process to make sure that everything is code compliant. This does go on to village council, so the code requires 2 public hearings, one as this body, and then also the village council review as well. So that's just a little bit of background, because this is the first time you all have sat in this capacity. So I'm happy to answer any questions, as is Mario.
Okay, obviously we have no public comment or presentation, so
No questions.
comments? Jim?
No comments at all.
I have nothing.
Adam?
I certainly appreciate the culture coming to this
Thank you.
council.
Yeah.
This is some of these
Yeah.
gentlemen here need some more culture. So,
Yes,
thank you.
thank you.
I've been accused
Yes.
of worse.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get a motion? Why not?
Mr. Culture, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, I move that we approve application number 22-154AR as submitted.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Great.
Carries unanimous. Okay, and again, one last thing of board business. Our next meeting, I assume, if we have one, would be
If
on
there's
the
any
10th.
applications that are public art, yeah, it would be the same date.
Then we are adjourned. Thank you.